Hey YouTube, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I am Nicolia Williams and I am a best-selling author and a personal development coach for busy women, helping them to turn their message into their masterpiece. And one of the things that I love to do is I love to help women understand the steps that they need to take to not only write, but to publish and to prosper off of their book. So I help them take experiences that they have had, different levels of education, expertise, anything that they want to share. I help them package it, put it into a book, send it out into the world and bless other women, right? Or other people, right? Educate them, inspire them, or motivate them. And so today I wanted to answer a question that I get often. And that question is, how do I pick the title for my book? Now, a lot of people assume that you could just pick a title that maybe is catchy. Maybe you pick a title that you really like. Maybe you pick a title that someone threw at you. All of those things are strategies that you could use, but if you want a title that actually sells, I am going to share that with you today. So, when it comes down to titles, you must have a thorough understanding of your ideal market. And the reason that I say that is because you want to make sure that your book speaks to your person. If I title my book with a business title, such as, third string or something like that, that applies to maybe athletics or maybe applies to instruments or maybe it applies to something else, right? But I'm speaking to women about finances, they're going to be like, wow, that pun doesn't make sense to me. And so it's really important that you truly understand who your market is and who you're speaking to. When I wrote my first book, Quick Tips for Busy Women, I knew that I wanted to write a book to help busy women overcome their chaos and to be able to reach their goals. But I could have titled the book anything. I could have titled it Overcome Chaos. I could have titled the book Reach Your Goals. I could have titled it anything. But what I decided to do is I decided that I was going to reach out and speak with women within that market. So talking to these women, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you desire? And I interview these women and I ask them a series of questions. Now, originally when I started, I was asking them questions so that I could use that to put information inside of my book. What I came to see is there was common themes that were constantly coming up. Overwhelm, chaos, clutter, frustration, busy. These were common words that I was hearing consistently through every single woman that I spoke with. And so I knew immediately that I needed somehow to be able to put that into my title so that when women saw this title, they felt intrigued, they felt like the title spoke to them, and they felt like they needed to get my book. And so I could have easily titled my book Quick Tips, but what would they have been? Quick tips for dog walking, quick tips for, I don't know, finances, quick tips for relationships. What could that have possibly been? And so I needed to make sure that that book and that title spoke to women. So what I did was I decided I was going to call it Quick Tips for Busy Women. Then I wanted to change the title to Busy Women Tips. So I went back and forth between these two titles. What I decided to do is I decided to gather a group of women, and I used Facebook groups to do this, and I asked them to rate titles that felt intriguing or appealing to them. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what I like or what I desire. It is about what appeals to that person. And so once I got the ratings back, I decided that I was going to stay with Quick Tips for Busy Women. So as you think about your title, I want you to think about common themes that you have heard. If you're thinking of financing, maybe you've heard of broke or you've heard of debt. Those are trigger words that speak to finance books, right? So I want you to think of those words that you have heard consistently over time that now you can take and you can apply it to your title in some fashion or form. Even if your title is general, you can take your title and you can apply it to your subtitle. So there's ways that you can still make those words, that verbiage stand out to that person. Once you start to narrow down those words, I want you to think of how you can mesh the words or the phrases together so that now it appeals to those people. Because you also don't want a really long title, such as Quick Tips for Busy, Overwhelmed, Frustrated, Angry, Bitter, Miserable, sad moms. What is that? That is way too overwhelming. That's way too big of a mouthful, right? You want a book that's straight to the point and lets that person know as soon as they pick it up, oh my goodness, this book is speaking directly to me. So I want you to think of your ideal customer. I did a video where I shared how you can find your ideal customer and how you can find the topic or the subjects or the things that are bothering them that they need to hear about. So I want you to start thinking of your ideal customer, and I want you to think of what it is that they need, what it is that they are looking for. And then I want you to start talking to them. Don't be scared, because at the end of the day, without a thorough understanding of what it is they're looking for, nothing in your book is going to speak to them. I don't care if you've been to this situation 30 times over. I'm a busy mom, but when I spoke to the women, I learned different tips and strategies and frustrations that they felt that I needed to now apply to my book. And so I don't care if you have been that person that you're writing to, you still don't know all the answers. And so you want to make sure that you're thoroughly speaking to them, understanding what it is they're looking for, and figuring out a way that you can take their concerns, their trigger words, common phrases, and put it all together and make that into a title that now sells and markets to those people. So now you know how to make a title. I want you to go out and I want you to be ready to make your title. In my new book, I'll share it with you. My new book, Make Your Message Your Masterpiece, I talk about how to make a standout title, how to make a book title stand out and speak directly to your person to the point where they're saying, I need that book. It's directly for me. Hand it to me. I really want it. And they're begging basically for your book, just simply based on the title and the subtitle. In this new book, for example, A Simple Guide to Writing Your Book While Busy. I work with busy women. That's all I hear. I want to be an author, but I'm too busy to become an author. So again, I use that trigger word busy in my subtitle to speak to those who are busy but still want to become an author. And so I want you to be able to do the same thing. In this book, I share the strategies about how to create a title. More importantly than that, there are steps from start to finish that you can take to not only write, but to publish and to make money off of your book and to get exposure that we're all looking for, right? That you may be looking for, whether it's for your business or for people to understand your experience or your expertise or to look at you with respect, maybe to get speaking engagements, whatever it may be. So in this book, I walk you through the exact strategies. So I make a once overwhelming process become seamless. And so this is your opportunity to make the process become not as overwhelming, not as frustrating, but more, it's just easier to work through. And so I want that opportunity. I want you to be able to work through that. I want you to have that opportunity to be able to work through that start to finish. In this book, I also share frequently asked questions. So a lot of times new authors, we have questions or myths that we've heard, and I kind of challenge all of those. And I walk you through those questions that you may feel nervous to ask or insecure to ask or frustrated or concerned to ask. And so I walk you through each of those things. In addition, I have a chapter on how to become a bestseller. I have chapters on how to find your ideal market, how to overcome mindset blocks that get in the way, how to get rid of distractions to make you find time, how to create a space feasible to writing. I could go on and on for days about the value of this book. But if you are serious about becoming an author, then this book is what you need. So I will put the link in the comments below. Make sure you check it out to order. Make Your Message Your Masterpiece. In addition, I also am offering a free bestseller blueprint where I will walk you through the strategies on how to become a bestseller. This is your opportunity to become a bestseller, and I want that for you. So you make sure that at the end of this video, you're signing up, 1, to become a bestseller, and 2, to get the steps and the strategies to make your message your masterpiece on how to make your book, your test, your stories, your education, your expertise into something that sells, something that encourages, inspires, educates, and motivates other people. This is your chance. Let's make that happen. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.